Hi, fourth grade. We're ready for our first lesson in our math book. So go ahead, and even remote learners, you have your math book at home. You'll need to be on page 5, where it's lesson 1, session 1, explore. And anytime that you need to go get something, just pause this video and go get it, and then hit play again whenever you're ready to move on. Today we're going to explore place value. So let's warm up just a little bit. These problems aren't in your book, we're just warming up. So we want to know what's the value of each digit in 852. The 8 is in the hundreds place. So the 8 has a value of 800. So I'm going to just go here to my text box tool and click that. I'm going to draw a text box and I'm going to type in 800. Now that's a little small, so I'm going to highlight that, just click and drag, and I can go here and make it a little bit bigger so I can read it a little bit easier. That's all you got to do. Okay, what's the value of the digit 5 in 852? The 5 is in the tens place, so it has a value of 50. What's the value of the digit 2? It's in the ones place, so it has a value of 2. Okay, so we're just warming up from getting some ideas that we already knew last year about place value. The value each digit has corresponds to its place value. Okay, so our big idea today is what exactly does place value mean? Let's explore what that means together. Now, these questions, starting with number 1, are actually in your book. So as you watch the video, you're going to write down in your workbook. Don't try to type it on the screen, just write it in the workbook. Okay, so number 1, it says you can use place value charts to understand greater numbers. So right here is a place value chart. We're going to describe how each place is related to the place next to it. So we take a look at this. We have the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, the 10,000s, and the 100,000s. If we think about 10 ones is 1, what place value would go here? That's right, tens. So I'm going to put a box here and type the word tens. You write that in your notebook. Okay, part B, 10 tens would be worth 1. So if I have 10 tens, I actually have 100. So I'm going to type out the place value. Spell it out, 100. Write that in your book. If at any point I'm going too fast, you're just going to pause the video. 10 hundreds is 1 blank. So if I have 10 hundreds, it's going to be worth 1,000. So now D makes us think backward. It's saying if I have 10 blank, it's going to be 1/10,000. So what do I have to have 10 of to get 1/10,000? I have to have 10 thousands. And I know that's small in your book. Just fit it in there as best you can. And anytime your text box is a little too small like mine is now, just get the 2 arrows like that and stretch it a little bit, and then it will put it all together, okay? And if you need to move it around, get all 4 arrows and move it around just a bit. That looks a little bit better. Okay. Let's go on to the next slide. Number 2. Use a number in the place value chart to solve the problems. So here they've entered 3,333 into a place value chart. Let's look at letter A. The 3 in the tens place has a value of, so I have 3 in the tens place. The value is 30. The 3 in the tens place has a value that is blank times the value of the 3 in the blank place. Every time that we go one place value to the left, the values are 10 times as great. So if I have a 3 in the tens place, that value is 10 times the value of the 3 in this ones place, because going from here to here is 10 times as great. So it's 10 times the value of the 3 in the ones place. Get those written in your book. Okay, let's go on now. This part right here is what I want to focus on our discussion. I think each place value is related to the one next to it because it's 10 times as great. That's the relationship that we want to focus on today. Okay, number 3. Numbers with more than 3 digits have a comma to separate groups of 3. Digits in groups of 3 places are called periods. So right here is the ones period in our place value chart, and right here is the thousands period in our place value chart. It just wants us to write this in standard form. Standard form, guys, is just the way you usually see it. It's how you write any number. Standard form is the regular way you write numbers. So if I'm going to write that, we're going to have 300, oh, hang on, I'm writing this number now, right here. 467,000, and they've already got that little comma in there, okay? So I'm going to try to scoot mine over a little bit. You're writing yours in your book, remember, okay? 882. That's the standard form, just how we normally see it. Expanded form and word form are also ways that you have seen numbers before. To say or write the word form of a number, you read each group of 3 digits, followed by the period name. You do not say the period name for the ones period. So, the word number for the number you wrote in problem 3, so we're going to look back for it. Okay, number 3. Let's read it together. We'll read this number. 467,882. They've already given us some of it. 467. We're going to write out the period name, 1,000. And we've got to finish it out, okay? Because they gave us some of it, but not all of it. 882. We're going to use words to write that word form. 880. And anytime you get like it ends in a Y, like 80 or 20, 30, 40, 50, you put the dash when you write it out. 2. Like so. Okay, so don't forget that dash. And the dash, if you're having to type it ever, it's actually up by the number 0 on your keyboard. Okay, but you're writing in your book right now. Letter B. Expanded form. I always think expanded form is when you stretch it out. It's a way to write a number to show the place value of each digit. We're going to complete this expanded form below for the number in the place value chart above. So we're thinking still about this number. So when I think about that, I have a 4 in the hundred thousands place. So the digit 4 is going to go here. Okay. I have a 6 in the 10,000s place, so I'm going to put a 6 here. I have a 7 in the thousands place. What number's in the 8? The hundreds place is an 8. So we're going to put that, oh, undo. That's our best friend, isn't it? Okay. We're going to put an 8 in that hundreds place. How many tens did I have? Let me look back. 8 of them. Okay, 8 in the tens. And then finally in the ones place, I had just 2 of them. Okay, 2, like so. Okay. Okay, so a place value chart is going to help us read those numbers because if you take a look, we have 400 thousands, we have 6 10,000s, 7 thousands. So connect our thinking from the place value chart that we already know to now thinking about expanded form. I'm just going to use digits. 400,000, 60,000, 7,000, 800, 82. They connect. There's a relationship here between the place value chart and expanded form. Okay, so on our last slide here, how are standard form, word form, and expanded form of a number alike and different? Okay, I'm going to put in a text box here so I can type. Make it big enough for you guys to see a little easier. Okay, one way that they're all alike is that they all show ways to represent the number. They represent the numbers in different ways. So for standard form, it just shows the digits all together. Word form shows the letters spelling out the number. Expanded form shows that place value. They stretch it out to show expanded form. Okay, guys, that's all our notes today. Be sure to check on Google Classroom for what your assignment is. Thanks.